For our presentation, we decided to go with the ketogenic diet that was done by Matt Gwynn, Giovanni Esparza, Alex Pettis, and Antonio Rodriguez.
The keto diet is a low-carb, high-fat, moderate-protein diet. Carbs should be kept to a maximum of 5% of your total caloric intake. The majority of the carbohydrates you consume should be mostly green cruciferous vegetables. You should avoid all sugars, starches, grains, breads, pastas, and fruits, except for avocados. For protein, you want to keep around 25% of your total calories. Too much protein can keep you out of ketosis. Fat intake is going to be the majority of calories ingested, making up 75% of your total caloric intake. When carbs are low, fat will be the main source of fuel. Sources of fat should be made up of saturated and monounsaturated fats, making sure to get omega-3 as well.
So some of the benefits of ketosis include lowering someone's weight and BMI, optimizing performance in an athlete, balancing and lowering insulin levels for those who may have troubles with them, such as type 2 diabetics, and also increasing levels of HDL cholesterol. And while we can also see decreased levels of triglycerides, LDL cholesterol levels, and blood glucose as well. So here on the right side, we can actually see three different types of the ketogenic diet. The first one on the left is just labeled as standard, so that's someone who just wants to venture out and try it. That would just include eating 20 to 50 grams of maximum carbs per day. Or in the middle, we can see targeted ketogenic diet, targeted being to those who regularly exercise and want to incorporate it into their workout regime. And that would be 20 to 50 grams or less carbs per day, and eating them just 30 minutes to an hour before exercising in order to really improve your maximum performance. And just on the right here, we have the cyclical ketogenic diet, which that actually implies having eating a low-carb diet for several days and completely changing it up, really shocking the body in a way, and switching over to a higher carb diet for 2 to 3 days at a time.
As anything that has its positive sides, the keto diet has many downsides to it as well. Consuming too many saturated fats can be detrimental to vascular health. For some individuals, it is difficult to follow due to strict dietary needs and is a shock to their lifestyle. For this same reason, most people find it to be a short-term diet. Some other potential downsides are a loss of minerals, gastrointestinal disturbances, and nutrient deficiencies.
Although the ketogenic diet has its roots in the early 1900s, it has recently gained momentum in the past couple of decades. This is due to the rapid weight loss experienced along with the ever-expanding social media, which enables an increased word of mouth to spread weight loss stories.
The keto diet has some health risks that include short-term and long-term. On the list of short-term side effects include dehydration, nausea, irritability, vomiting, constipation, and diarrhea. In terms of long-term side effects, it is considered a yo-yo diet, which can lead to rapid weight loss fluctuation and associated with increased mortality.
After conducting interviews with friends and families who underwent the keto diet, the testimonials were as follows. Most of them found that they had lost a significant amount of weight within the first month, they had improved cognitive ability, more energy, and they felt less hungry throughout the day. However, some of the negatives were that they were finding it hard to find the right foods in order to fit the diet, and they often found themselves fighting temptation to go back to their original eating habits. For the research we found, studies showed promise on two separate groups that we followed. The first one was a group of 51 young children who suffered from epilepsy, and they were placed on the keto diet to see what the effects could be of the keto diet. They found that of the 51 children, each having 10 seizures per week on average, 40% had a decrease in seizures at about 6 months following the diet, and 10% were seizure-free by the end of it completely after 1 year. So in conclusion, that study found that the keto diet is effective in substantially decreasing difficult to control seizures. And of the second group that we had, it was on a study of 83 obese patients with a BMI greater than 35, and those were also put on the ketogenic diet for 24 weeks. So they found that the weight of all participants dropped by an average of 15 kilograms, and their BMI dropped from an average of 38 to 24, with HDL levels increasing about 20%, as well as LDL levels decreasing by about 25%. So for this study, we found that the conclusions show the beneficial effects of the keto diet for people who are suffering from obesity. So just some things to keep in mind if someone's going to follow through with this ketogenic diet is that some people that will find positive benefits are if you have or know anyone who suffers from epilepsy, if you have or know anyone who has type 2 diabetes, anyone with a BMI of 30 to 35 or really anything higher than that, and anyone also looking for a structurally supported diet with promising weight loss results. And then the last one is also for anyone with sleep abnormalities. This can help to get a regular sleep cycle going. And as a final disclaimer, a potential risk is completing the yo-yo cycle with this diet. So make sure not to flood your body with any more carbs than you should eat. Try to wean yourself into it. That way it makes it a little easier and your body's able to adjust more into reintroducing carbs back into the body. And of course, as always seek professional medical help if you have any concerns about starting this diet or if something just doesn't feel right throughout the process.